Today, welcome to the work week, welcome to election week, and welcome to D18 Tonight. I am Jason Salas, your host, and joining us in studio tonight are candidates for public auditor. We have three esteemed Guamanians here who want to lead the office of the public auditor, and they are going to tell us tonight why they are the right candidate for you and why you should endorse them. We have, of course, currently in his role as the Speaker of the 34th Guam Legislature, the Honorable BJ Cruz. Half a day.
Half a day.
And from the OPA right now, a very, very experienced auditor, investigator. You've been there quite a long time. Yes. Yuka Hechanova, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
And then Dr. Doreen Crisostomo, who has worked in academia, has been involved in accounting for many, many years. It's a pleasure to have each of you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was my brief introduction. We'd like to hear more from you directly. So each of you has 30 seconds to give a brief intro before we start our Q&A, and we'll start with BJ Cruz.
As you said, my resume would be much too long. I'm currently the Speaker of the Guam Legislature, and I've been Chief Justice before that, and a judge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your LinkedIn profile goes significantly, considerably longer than that, but you know, short and sweet. You do have a very esteemed amount of experience, so thank you very much, BJ, once again. Yuka.
Well, I'm the current Deputy Public Auditor at the OPA. I've been there for 12 years. And started as an Auditor 1, worked my way up. I also was at the Guam Waterworks Authority for 5 years as the internal auditor and the controller. That's where my experience is, mostly in the government of Guam.
All right, thank you very much. And Dr. Crisostomo, you have 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm an accounting professor at the University of Guam, and I hold certifications in accounting and also multiple degrees in accounting. In over 25 years of my experience, I've implemented projects that will improve the accountability and transparency in our government. And I believe that I can be a great public auditor. But if you want to know more about me, you can visit my website at doreenforpublicauditor.com.
All right. Now, you are an accountant by trade, but that was also a heck of a marketing push. So. Well done.
Yes.
Okay, and everybody, you are part of this show. It is actually your comments that keep this going. Our show is 100% interactive. I'm going to be taking your questions off the iPad right now, so go on to our Facebook Live page. Please get those comments in the comment stream, but I am going to kick things off, and we will have 30 seconds from each of our esteemed guests tonight, and we'll start with BJ Cruz. Mr. Speaker, I'm just wondering, you stepped down from your current role as chairman of the committee like that. You decided to run for public auditor. Why do you want this office, and why would you like to serve Guam in this capacity?
Actually, I made my decision about 4 years ago.
Okay.
When I was dismayed with the action of the public auditor, when she allowed the Department of Administration to make a reconciliation in June, 4 days before the audit was issued, just so they could show a surplus for that year. And I decided then I was going to run. I stayed to run to keep the majority, and now that it's open, I want the position.
All right, very well. Okay, Yuka Hechanova, same question to you. You've obviously been deputy. You're now looking to get the main seat. Why do you want to do that?
Well, we've had a number of audits in the past that have already identified areas where the government can improve, especially in efficiencies. And now with this fiscal crisis we're facing now, I wondered, why aren't our audits getting the attention that they deserve? And so I want to do a lot more to get the attention to the audits so we can show ways to save money, and in addition to not talk so much about tax increases and stuff, and let's find ways to improve government and hold those accountable to our audit reports.
All right, very well. Dr. Crisostomo, same to you. You'd like to move from academia to operational.
Yeah, in academia, what I've been doing, you know, I've done so many projects, and most especially I did the Citizen-Centric Report Initiative, and also the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. Our government of Guam was not, you know, we didn't implement it. But when we started it in academia, in the classroom, and we presented it out to the professional organization, it became law now. So, you know, I think I can do more as a public auditor in finding ways how we can improve the transparency and the accountability of our government.
All right, very well.
Yes.
Thank you each once again. And we are going to curate your comments, which are coming in right now. So we invite you to go to facebook.com/KUM News. Your comments will be featured with the candidates for public auditor when D18 Tonight returns.
I've worked with everyone running for governor. I know what they've done and what they haven't. There have been so many missed opportunities to prevent the crises facing Guam. I know Lou would never have allowed GMH to go without resources. She would have closed the revenue loopholes so that the $8.1 billion military buildup generated additional revenue for Guam. She'll make sure our government lives within its means. I'm Carlotta Leon Guerrero, a Republican, and I'm voting for Lou and Josh. Please vote for them too.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
It's Cheesy Bites pizza season at Pizza Hut. Your favorite pull, dip, pop icon is back. The one and only Cheesy Bites pizza with 28 poppable, dippable, cheese-filled bites. But hurry, it won't last long because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
We are back, everybody. D18 tonight, and we are getting to your questions right now, straight off of our Facebook comment stream. And we will start with Dr. Doreen Crisostomo. We're going to work right to left on your TV screen, if that's okay with you. And this question is from Stephen Blake, somebody who watches the program a lot. Thank you, Steve, for this question. Steve was saying, what is an auditor for the benefit of our viewers? Basically, like, what is the scope, in your own opinion, and the responsibility of Guam's public auditor?
Well, I think it should monitor the finances, but I think it should also be proactive. We know audits happen after the fact, but we can monitor if you're in the, the public auditor. The public auditor has the power to, to subpoena and get any information that they want. And taking that data and kind of like analyzing it, we're not getting our projection, what's going on, be proactive before we collapse in our finances.
So it's very diversified. It's a very multidisciplinary role, as I'm sure, Yuka, you would agree. Same question to you, 30 seconds, please. Being there as long as you have, what do you think the responsibility of Guam's public auditor is?
We audit, we assess, we analyze, basically government operations. Our scope is huge. It's the entire government of Guam. And so we want to find areas where improvements can be made. We do a risk analysis to see where those risky areas are, because the government is huge. There's many areas that we can look at. And so we use the risk the assessment to figure out where we need to go and look at things so we can improve the government and hold people accountable for those recommendations that we make.
All right, thank you. Well, Mr. Speaker, correct me if I'm wrong, but would you use your background as a practitioner of law and as a policymaker to maybe implement reform to the Office of the Public Auditor, and what do you see?
Well, there are many facets of the Public Auditor's Office. There's the procurement, appeals, which is secondary, but the more important thing is the audits that they can do. And as Yuka was mentioning earlier, they've done a number of audits already, management audits. But the thing is they've got to go the next yard. I mean, the extra mile. Like they did the health plan audit, but what they really should have done was done an audit to determine whether or not, in fact, the government of Guam had received the proper amount in health premium participation fees, rather than just say it's due.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we'll start back with Dr. Doreen Crisostomo. Again, we are talking with the public auditor. candidates right here on D18 Tonight. This question comes from Loli T. Arceo. Thank you for the question, Loli. And Loli asks Dr. Crisostomo, what specific goals are you looking to accomplish in your term should you be elected?
I would like to see the audit completed in March instead of June, and so that the legislature will have that audited financial when they're discussing the budget, because they start their discussion in between May and July. So you know what happened on this last budget. They were just going back and forth, back and forth. Their numbers keep going up and down. And so I think if they have the right numbers before they start their discussion, they can make informed decision about our government finances. That's one area, but the other area is procurement, kind of identify the common causes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Well, very well said. Okay, Yuka, I think, say you'll be moving offices maybe just down the hall should you be elected and everything.
Just next door.
There you go. If elected, what would you like to accomplish?
Well, I think our audits haven't gotten the attention that they deserve. We have a number of findings. We need to improve in areas where we follow up on our audit findings and recommendations. But to get the attention that these audits deserve, we need to think strategically. What are we doing? What are we missing? Who are we not talking to make sure that the audits are implemented? And another thing I want to work on is a formal an agreement or something with the Attorney General's office for any fraud that comes to our attention, so we can formalize that process and get these looked at.
All right, thank you very much. And Speaker BJ Cruz, your thoughts?
With a staff of 17, it would seem to me that we could do a lot more monitoring. Though we are audit office, we should be doing a lot more monitoring, because right now there was that whole big thing about the taking from special funds. Someone should have been watching that to make sure that that didn't happen before it happened. And as was said earlier, the office needs to be proactive, and it needs to tell us veer left or veer right because you're going off the cliff.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And thank you guys for getting your questions in. There are a lot of good topics, and we will get to them when D18 returns right here on KUAM and at Facebook Live.
Win adventure in the iTini Explore Your World Million Mile Giveaway. Every week from July 16 to November 2nd, we're giving away 60,000 United Mileage Plus miles to iTini postpaid and prepaid subscribers. Imagine where you could go. Go on a weekend getaway to the Philippines. Enjoy fresh sushi in Japan. Itadakimasu. Sip a latte at a cafe in Paris. Or use your miles for shopping and other rewards. It's your world. Explore it.
You can do anything you put your mind to. I faced difficulties in my life, foster homes, abuse, and bullying. Sometimes I stumbled, but I never quit. I pulled myself back up. At times, all I had was hope and faith in God and in myself. When I graduated from high school, I was told I wouldn't amount to anything. When I ran for senator, people told me I couldn't win. When I ran for lieutenant governor, others told me I was the wrong color. Today I'm running for governor to give your children hope, to know that they can overcome their hardships. I will invest in your children so that they will be prepared and empowered to overcome their hurdles to success. I want to inspire the next generation of can't make it's and not supposed to continue dreaming big, to hold on to hope, to understand that there is no substitute for hard work, and to inspire others to do the same. I approve this message. I'm Ray Tenorio. I'm running for governor, and I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
It's tough to top an original, so we added to the sides instead. It's the Cheesy Gordita Crunch you know and love, now completely new. The limited edition Double Cheesy Gordita Crunch Box, only at Taco Bell.
As a mayor, I see the first-hand struggles our people face. I see the real effects of tax increases and what happens when our government cannot deliver the services timely. I've heard the promises made year after year. I know what it really means when these promises go unfulfilled. Who do you trust to finally get things done right? I'm in with Lou and Josh because they have the experience to lead us and deliver what they promise.
I'm Lizzie Guerrero and I approve this message.
How easy is it to redeem points using the rewards feature on the Alpha Plus app? I'll show you.
To redeem your points, simply present your Alpha Plus app to an authorized representative at any one of our partner merchants. It's that easy. Alpha Plus. Make every day a plus.
D18 Tonight continues right here on Facebook Live and KUM TV. Half a day, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We have the public auditor candidates in studio tonight, and we'll start with Yuka Hechanova, currently the deputy auditor at the Office of the Public Auditor. Glad I got that all out in one sentence. And we'll start with you. Terry Demian Katahay says, do you believe Guam's procurement laws need to be updated or changed? 30 seconds, please. In 30 seconds, I guess all of us feel that the procurement laws should be changed. But I think really, if you know the type of procurement that you're doing, you just need to know where to find it in the law and in the regulations. And there is a process that we deal with at the OPA with the procurement appeals, that if there is some ambiguity or something that needs to be clarified in a procurement process, there is a method and there's a process that you can follow to get that resolved as well. Okay. Well, Dr. Crisostomo, you deal with a lot of theory naturally in academics. How does that work as far as operationally what goes on with procurement? Well, that's one of my goals is to identify the common causes of procurement challenges and try and resolve it. But if the procurement issue has to deal with policy, go talk to the legislature and get those policy changed. And if it's administrative, then maybe it's training. But with today's technology, you can streamline the procurement. There are, I think we can make our government more efficient to correct our procurement, because the procurement that we have is from way years ago. All right. Sorry. A lot of thoughts, obviously. No, you're staying within the 30 seconds. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure from your vantage point, you see these issues from a very managerial standpoint and everything. So as far as procurement, would you change what's going on right now? We've tried to. I mean, I've been in the legislature 14 years now. I tried it 14 years ago. Senator Tom has been trying the last 4 or 6 years. You can't get all of the sides to agree. So finally, I thought the one thing that I thought was maybe if we just get everybody in procurement to be trained, and that's why you're required to take a series of classes at GCC in order to be in procurement, because I figured that's the only way to stop this. All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Okay, let's go back to Yuka Hechanova in the middle for our next question. This one comes from Rex Major. Really interesting question from Rex, because Rex is saying, I believe moral character and ultimately execution are key to leadership roles. What do you currently offer in these areas for moral character and leadership ability? For moral character, well, I'm a CPA. I'm a certified public accountant. I have other certifications. I'm a certified internal auditor. All of the certifications I hold have a code of ethics that we all have to adhere to maintain our certification, and we have to abide by those rules and code of ethics. We have to also maintain continuing professional education credits, which includes ethics. Every year I need six credits of ethics every year. So I guess that's what keeps us. All right, that's why they call it generally accepted accounting practices. All right, Dr. Crisostomo, you teach ethics. How do you feel about moral character and leadership? The thing is, for one, I always tell my student, always do the right thing. And, to try and avoid any, any issues, I think everyone should be treated the same. How you do, that's why policies and procedures are very important, but mainly really it's do the right thing, do what is right. And I always tell my students that. All right, very true. And Mr. Speaker, how do you feel? I mean, you've taught this subject, including with leadership and when it comes to moral character and everything like that. Should you bring that to the Office of Public Auditor, how do you plan to implement that? I think over the last 40 plus years, the way that I behaved and comported myself in all of the positions that I've had shows that I do have that moral character to be able to take this position. I think I've shown leadership in all the positions that I've had. So I'm comfortable about the fact that I will be able to do this impartially so that you don't put out audits just for political purposes and for making a person look good. All right, thank you very much. We're going to do go to our commercial break right now, our last commercial break. Because when we come back, we'll take one more of your questions, and then we will get final thoughts from the candidates for the public auditor when D18 Tonight returns.
Visitors make memories on our island. They contribute millions of dollars every year to our community. So what does that mean? Tourism keeps our island's culture alive.
And it strengthens our identity as Chamorro.
Tourism creates opportunities for local businesses to thrive.
The dishes I create feature local ingredients.
These ingredients come from local farms and create local jobs for farmers like us.
For every job we see in tourism,
there are hundreds more we don't see.
From teachers
to babysitters
to engineers.
We all work in the tourism industry.
Our visitor industry benefits everyone. It improves our income and gives back to our community.
Meaning more opportunities for a better Guam.
Tourism works for Guam.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus and Mighty, that means big savings during our summer clearance event. Right now, save up to $8,000 on select 2018 Ram 1500 SLT Crew Cab, or save $3,250 on a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. Voted Family Car of the Year. 1.99 APR financing is available for qualified buyers. Plus, buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Don't miss our summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
I've worked with everyone running for governor. I know what they've done and what they haven't. There have been so many missed opportunities to prevent the crises facing Guam. I know Lou would never have allowed GMH to go without resources. She would have closed the revenue loopholes so that the $8.1 billion military buildup generated additional revenue for Guam. She'll make sure our government lives within its means. I'm Carlotta Leon Guerrero, a Republican, and I'm voting for Lou and Josh. Please vote for them too.
It's Cheesy Bites pizza season at Pizza Hut. Your favorite pull, dip, pop icon is back. The one and only Cheesy Bites pizza with 28 poppable, dippable, cheese-filled bites. But hurry, it won't last long because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
All right, guys, welcome back to D18 Tonight. We are going to start with Speaker BJ Cruz on the left and work our way to the right for this last one. Mr. Speaker, I'm curious about something. This question talks about the integration that you'll have to deal with, dealing with the Attorney General, dealing with the legislature, dealing with the other agencies and everything. Should you take over the Office of Public Auditor, how do you plan to work with the other aspects of GovGuam, the other components?
I think I've shown over the last years that I have a very good working relationship with the various different heads of agencies. I've not been shy about speaking up if I think they're not doing the right thing. But I've gone to the AG and insisted that she do a investigation on certain things. I've spoken to the judiciary about how they're moving things. And my discussions with the governor are legendary.
Mm-hmm. And you can search KUM.com to see those very juicy sound bites that BJ has given us over the years. Yuka, should you move up, do you plan to continue the current pace as far as working with the other aspects of GovGuam, or do you want to be more aggressive? Do you want to go a different route?
I think I do want to go a different route. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes there are potential fraud and abuse that we find in government agencies, and we've just haven't had a very a formal relationship with the Attorney General's office on what to do when we find these things. We're required to report it, but that's it. What's the next step? What should we do? How can we work with the investigators to make sure that these things make it to court and actually go through a court case? So, and then in having the relationship with all the agencies, I think we just need to communicate a lot better with them on when we are in the middle of an audit.
All right, thank you very much once again. And Dr. Crisostomo, your thoughts on integrating the role of the OPA with other GovGuam agencies?
I think I can work with the other agencies, especially the struggling agencies, kind of have them connect with those that are, you know, that are perfect, you know, like GCC with the audit. How are things, and I like to provide the tools for them to be successful in how they do their finances, and I will have a good relationship.
All right, okay, and our final question before we get to our closing questions, this one comes from Stephen Blake. Once again, Steve, 2 questions on the show, so thanks a lot, man. Start with Speaker BJ Cruz. Is there a schedule to audit all agencies, even if there is not a risk to do so? Because you talked about not auditing for auditing's sake.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is. It seems to me that if Apple can get a quarterly audit out or even get their year-end audit out within 3 months, why is it taking us 9 months in GovGuam? It's got to be done a lot sooner. And I have been trying to get the OPA to insist that she forces all the other agencies to file by September, by December, and publish the audits by March. But to no avail. Hopefully now I can do that.
Okay, Yuka Hechanova, you deal with this all the time at the agency. What are your thoughts on the scheduling of how the various agencies and departments are audited?
The financial audits are done yearly on all the agencies, but we do have performance audits. These are the management audits that we do, where we have to really look at the risk assessment that we do every year to put our audit plan together. We take input from many sources, our hotline, requests from legislators, from managers. We even send a request out to all the agencies, but we don't get much response back. And so we do have a method of doing the risk assessment. Those high-risk areas are where we're going to put our resources in and do the audits.
All right, thank you very much. And Dr. Doreen Crisostomo, finally to you. You talked about tightening up the schedule and possibly even moving this up a couple months.
Yes. So what was the question?
Yeah, so what is the optimal schedule for doing this?
You know, states do them in 6 months, and I think government of Guam can do it in 6 months. And it is about the coordination, and government-wide is the one that includes everybody's audit. So it's really about timing, and I'm confident that I can work with the independent auditors to get these audit reports out timely in March. And the reason why you want audit reports is because they're the one that, you know, that checks your numbers and see if they're correct and all that. And again, for the policymakers, use those numbers to start your budget.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we've now come to the part where we would like each of our esteemed guests to give us their final push, give you the community on why you should consider them for the public audit, and we'll start with Speaker Benjamin J. Cruz. 30 seconds, please.
Thank you very much, Jason, for inviting us on. I believe that the Public Auditor's Office should probably reestablish its own credibility. And this year I was very dismayed to have them come in and make a request for a $400,000 increase. So maybe the first audit that should be done is what happened and what can we do to make sure that another agency doesn't make this mistake that they asked for a 25% increase in 1 year.
All right, well, thank you very much and good luck to you in your campaign, sir. Yuka Hechanova, you have 30 seconds, please.
Thank you. Well, I'm the only CPA candidate running for this office, and I'm the current deputy. I know what's going on in the office. It's an easy transition. But when Doris left, she encouraged me to run for office, and I always thought I wasn't political enough to do it. And what I saw as a weakness of not having that political smartness, I guess, actually is something that's a big positive thing for me, because we are an independent office. We have to stay independent. So not being political actually works in my favor.
All right. Thank you very much and good luck to you as well.
Thank you.
And Dr. Doreen Crisostomo, your final thoughts.
As earlier, you know, as I stated earlier in my comment, I think that the Public Auditor's Office can do more. And, you know, with my experience, how I took the academics and put it out in the real world, you know, the projects that I've implemented are successful, and Government of Guam are using it today. So Yes.
All right, and best of luck to you in your campaign as well.
Thank you.
Certainly, this is not an easy thing to do, to ask people for their vote, and we do, once again, wish you all the best of luck. That is our show, everybody. Please stay tuned, because coming up next on Facebook Live for the after party, gubernatorial Democrat candidates Carl Gutierrez and Fred Berdallo. That streams in just a few minutes. We'll see you then.
Furniture provided by Furniture Kathy Style. Men's wardrobe by Royal Bix.